Now, Representative Tim Murphy is a very pro-life conservative. He says, he focuses on the family, and he says, hey, man, if you get pregnant, well, you shouldn't be allowed to get an abortion because, well, that's obviously it's killing babies. I'm very, very pro-life. I'm very pro-family. And so I'm going to dictate that what you're doing is wrong. Wonderful. In fact, he's so pro-life that, and he's such a good Christian, that he had been supported by the National Right to Life Committee. That is until they found out that he was not such a good Christian and actually got caught having an extramarital affair. Oops. Now, generally, I don't care about that. You do you, right? Or apparently do your friend and psychotherapist or whatever she was, right? Or your secretary or whatever. Okay. Now, the next part is that affair ended up in a pregnancy. That's a double oops. Again, not my business. I don't really care. That's your business, right? Now, it is kind of funny, and the reason that we do this, it's funny when these supposedly uber Christian people, conservatives, get caught with their dick in someone else's pants. Again, it's not very Christian of you, but again, whatever, right? But here's where I do have a problem. See, it gets hypocritical when you call for abortions, but then you ask your mistress to get an abortion. And that's exactly what happened. Now, this is according to text messages obtained by the Post-Gazette. Representative Murphy did have this affair. She did get pregnant, and he's like, oh, go get an abortion. Now, Murphy first admitted to having an affair with Shannon Edwards. Now, Shannon Edwards is a forensic psychologist and had been a personal friend. Now, he admitted this last year. He said, quote, last year I became involved in an affair with a personal friend. This is nobody's fault but my own, and I offer no excuses. To the extent that there should be any blame in this matter, it falls solely on me. Well, yes, it does. Now, privately, during the affair, Edwards had texted this to Murphy in response to one of his pro-life articles he put on his page. Quote, you have zero issue posting your pro-life stance all over the place when you had no issue asking me to abort our unborn child just last week when we thought that was one of the options. Oops. Murphy responded to the text by saying, I get what you say about my March for Life message. I've never written them. Staff does them. I read them and winced. I told staff, don't write anymore. I will. Oh, I see. Okay. It wasn't me. It was my staff. I'm not a hypocrite. What are you talking about? I mean, I read them and oh man, I got really upset and I told my staff not to do it anymore. Yeah, sure. Blame your staff, right? Well, actually, maybe you should blame your staff. Your staff is what got you in trouble in the first place. No, this guy is a hypocrite. Total and complete. I don't believe that for a second. And I don't think you do either. But look, again, this guy's a super hypocrite. And apparently he's also a terrible boss. Which doesn't really have anything to do with it. Except that maybe that's how he gets into trouble with his dick. Employees have accused Murphy of creating a hostile work environment and engaging in an ongoing and ever more pronounced pattern of sustained inappropriate behavior. This is according to a memo allegedly written by Susan Moserchuk, Murphy's chief of staff. So not only is he a hypocrite, but he's also an asshole. Wonderful. So, of course, it makes all the sense in the world that he's going to, after getting his mistress to abort his baby, he's going to sign a 20-week abortion ban. He not only voted for this ban, by the way, he co-sponsored it. He put his name on it. Hey, man, look, if you want to be pro-life, and if you really believe that when the sperm meets the egg and as soon as they merge, bam, that's a complete human being, right? With full rights and everything. Okay, that's fine. Practice that in your own home, right? But don't go out there and use your power to deny people their own choices over their own bodies. If you're going to hold that position, at the very least you could do is just practice what you preach. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron. at patreon.com/TYTNation.